11th of May, 1960, Buenos Aires. A man who's been living in exile for 15 years. Then everything happens very fast.
Suddenly he said very calmly, as if he were talking to himself, "I've already given in to fate." Of course, this was something very special for me. As he was German, he knew what it was about. This could only be Eichmann.
1 year after that, the Israeli Secret Service apprehends him. The trial begins in Jerusalem.
I disapprove of and regret the program of the German government against the Jewish people at that time.
Audio records show the other Eichmann chatting with SS comrades.
Had we killed all the 10.3 million Jews out of 10.3 million, then I would be satisfied, and I would say, "It's all right, we have eliminated the enemy."
Vienna, 1938, the first quality checks. Eichmann, the expert, organizes the Holocaust. The SS needs such men, faithful and effective dependents. He is responsible for Jews and the whole empire. January 1942, slaughter has been going on for a long time. The details are worked out in the villa near Wannsee by the leaders of the bureaucracy. Eichmann keeps a record of Jews, but this is not his only task. He makes very precise calculations as to how many Jews can be killed. 11 million. Paper does not bleed. He wishes to deport Europe's Jews to the east by train, coordinating all deportations single-handedly. The Imperial Railway and Eichmann work together closely. Scheduled slaughter. Summer 1944. The result of war had been decided long before. The Red Army gets closer and closer, but Eichmann's death trains are still supplying material. He fights for each wagon if necessary, fighting to win his own war. The Jews of Hungary. In only 2 months, 450,000 people fall victim to Eichmann.
Wenn jemand ihn fotografiert hat, wurde tobsüchtig. Hat Fotoapparat.
He didn't allow photographs. He burst into anger and took the camera away from delinquents to tear the negative out of it. He was even ready to pay for the broken camera. He knew that he would be hunted for.
Agent Zvi Aharoni, born in Frankfurt, is after Eichmann. Open questions, false trails. And then, the crucial point. A local knows where the German lives, in San Fernando District, Garibaldi Street. Aharoni keeps the house under surveillance. The agent is self-confident. It can only be Eichmann. These photos provide the last evidence. April 1960, the Eichmann action. 11 Mossad agents land in Buenos Aires.
From the very beginning, our intention was not to kill him, but to capture him and take him to Israel for his trial.
11th of May, 1960, Garibaldi Street. The agents know Eichmann arrives home every evening with the same bus. The plan? To apprehend him in front of the house.
20 minutes before 8, I was in the side street where he used to come home every evening. I parked the car on the side. The bus, just like every evening, arrived, but it didn't stop. For the first time, for 7 days, he had always arrived with the same bus, but on that evening, he didn't.
15 minutes later, another bus arrives. Is he armed?
Wir am Auto vorbeigingen, hat ihn Zwicker gestoppt. Wir wollten, dass irgendwie...
As he walked beside the car, Zvika stopped him. We wanted to speak to him somehow before we caught him. Zvika went after him, jumped on him, and they started to fight about 3 or 4 meters from the car. Eichmann was shouting.
No! No! He was screaming.
He was screaming.
Ooh! Something like that. No! No! Und dann habe ich den Raffi angebrüllt.
Then I screamed to Raffi, who was still sitting in the back seat. I told him, "Go help him. He doesn't have to hide anymore." He jumped out of the car. So 3 of them clinched Eichmann and put him into the car.
Abduction. Arrest. Trial.
Ich hatte das Unglück, in diese Gräuel verwickelt zu werden.
I was unlucky to have been involved in these awful things. But these dreadful things didn't happen of my free will. I didn't want to kill people.
And what if he had been ordered?
Had I been a chief of a concentration camp, I would have acted the same way. Or if I had received an order to kill Jews by gas or shoot them, I would have fulfilled the order as well.
Eichmann is sentenced to death. The charge is crimes committed against the human race and the Jewish people. The last hours in Ramle prison in Tel Aviv.
Just before he had to go,
He watched me and said a few words in German. The deputy of the prison commander told me that he said he hoped we would all go soon after him. And he went to the gallows very, very cool.
Adolf Eichmann was executed on the 1st of June, 1962. His ashes were thrown into the Mediterranean Sea.